Hi, welcome back to the Dayton music scene. My name's Kathy Leggett and I'll be your host today. Pretty excited, we have a solo act today. His name is Branden Stivers. I love it because he writes a lot of his own music, and I just love that. I think it's really inspirational to hear someone else's thoughts as they put it into music. I want to do a shout out to Kimberly Weiss. She has an internet radio station. I also want to do a shout out to Tammy Schmitz, who's a friend of mine in Germany. So I think we're just going to get right to it and get Branden singing. I think you all really enjoy his act today, and look for him around town because he does get out and about and sings a lot at different venues, and he has a lot of social media, so make sure you check us out at the end so you'll be able to reach him. So we're going to go over here and say hi to Branden, see what he's up to this morning. Hi, Branden.
Good morning.
I am so excited to have you here today.
I'm really glad to be here.
So tell us about your first song. What's the name of that song?
The first song is called Show Me the Way. Normally I do this song with a loop station where I'll layer tracks on it, but today I'm doing everything totally unplugged, just me and the guitar. I wrote this song about 4 years ago and decided, you know, I had this tune in my head and I wanted to write something to it. And when, you know, my songs are based around how we feel, whether towards ourselves, towards other people or something. And I thought, you know, if you really care about somebody, you're like, I really like you. I want to know about you. Show me what I have to do, not to come across any kind of odd way or anything, just in a way that appeals to you that will get us closer.
That's awesome.
So my goal is just to bring people together with music.
Well, why don't you play that first song for us so we can get a feel of what you're talking about. I'll try not to have goosebumps and freeze myself out of here, but I know it's going to be awesome. So let's take it away, see how you do.
All right.
Thank you, Branden.
Thank you. Never before, and this feels like something a little more, and I know that I am losing my mind again. This feels like racing around and back, and this feels like a new life soundtrack, and I know that I am losing my mind again. So take my hand and show me the way, show me the way, show me the way, show me the way to your heart. Show me the way, show me the way, show me the way, show me the way to your heart. Show me the way to you. This feels like I'm back on my own 2 feet, and this feels like a new slate, fresh and clean. I know that I am losing my mind again. This feels like I'm coming home again. This feels like you've made me a better man. I know we're falling in love with you. Show me the way, show me the way, show me the way, show me the way to your heart. Show me the way, show me the way, show me the way, show me the way to your heart. Show me the way, show me the way, show me the way, show me the way to your heart. Show me the way, show me the way, show me the way, show me the way to your heart. Show me the way, show me the way, show me the way, show me the way to your heart. Show me the way, show me the way, show me the way, show me the way to your heart. Show me the way to you. Show me the way to you. Show me the way to you. Show me the way to your heart.
Wow, that was beautiful.
Thank you.
Just like I thought it would be. Tell me, how did you get started in music?
I was kind of born into music. My mother's a music teacher, and just her whole side of the family is very musical. So
Is that
I had
right?
a lot of influence coming from there. My mom started giving me voice lessons when I was about between 3 and 4 years old, and then I started
Wow.
learning piano at 5.
At 5.
Yeah.
So you're pretty good at playing the piano, I would guess.
I'm all right. I didn't really stick with it for very long because, being a young kid, there was a lot of pressure to sort of, you're a boy, you should be playing football and stuff. But I was always a really tiny kid, so I was like, I'm not good at football. So, I'm going to try to be good at music. And finally started happening in high school when I started playing the piano and just realized, this is for me.
That's
this is
awesome.
what I like doing. And I'd always, even though, I didn't play piano all the time, I was still in choir because my mom was my choir director and everything. So just going through school and all that, it was just a really good experience.
So
having
your
that
mom was a
background.
huge influence on your life.
She still is.
I bet. I bet.
Sometimes whenever I'm writing a song, I'll say, hey, Mom, come over to the piano. I need you to play something.
Oh, that's
and we'll just
good.
jam out together.
Oh, what a great thing. That is a great thing because a lot of people, their parents aren't musically inclined at all. So to have that influence with you at the snap of your finger, that's awesome.
It was definitely a huge head start.
I bet. Now, what all instruments do you play then? You play the guitar, you play the piano, and you have your voice.
Yeah. I went to college for music education, and I'm switching my major to vocal performance. But while I was on as a music education major, it was required that we learn how to play the basics of every instrument that you would teach in like a school band or something.
Wow, okay. Have you thought about being a teacher of music? I mean, just like in a school system or something?
I wouldn't mind teaching college level voice,
I see,
college,
yeah.
high school level voice. Just
That would be fun, wouldn't it?
yeah. It's
I would
always
think by
really
the time
nice.
they're in college, they have a voice.
Yeah,
So
it's
you have
nice
something to
trying
work with.
to find the natural voice that you have though, because even though I had all of that background, it wasn't until college when I found out hey,
Right.
there's a way to actually sort of sing freely. I always had this tendency to want to control everything, and
see.
I had a teacher who really taught me just let go.
Chill out.
Yeah.
Have a good time.
She's like, really good things happen when you just stop trying to control it.
Isn't that great? You sounds like you've had a lot of good influences in your life when it comes to music. What's the next song you're going to be singing for us?
The next song is called Maybe.
Is this one
and-
you wrote?
Yes,
with
this is
Maybe?
another song that
Okay.
I wrote. I actually, going along with the theme of telling somebody how you feel about them, which is, basically how a lot of my songs are right now. I try to segment them how do you feel at this time, in this situation, and the next one will be how do you feel about this? This is a song that's basically when you're kind of coming to grips with, that you might feel something a little bit more than just what you, it's along with letting go,
I see.
Stop letting go of this preconceived notion of, hey, no, there's no way. I can't feel that way.
But you do.
Nah. And then you start realizing, okay, maybe this is going on. So yeah, maybe.
Well, let's hear it.
All right.
Did you know you're the clouds in my blue skies? The one that I admire as you pass by. And we'll fade out in fields of fireflies, staring at the sunset side by side. And maybe you mean something to my heart. And maybe this is just the start. You seem to take the simple things and make them shine like diamond rings. You see that I'm quite dysfunctional, but those eyes you have are wonderful. And maybe you mean something to my heart. And maybe this is just the start. Look from you can help me find my way from day to day. And I'd be a fool to let a girl like you slip away. And maybe you mean something to my heart. And maybe this is just the start.
And that's the one that gives me goosebumps. It's beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
Thank you. I'm glad you like it.
Now, you told me that you have an EP coming out soon.
Yes.
And I didn't know what EP was, but I'm learning. So why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Okay. An EP is, it's like when an artist releases a single, except it's more than one song. It can be anywhere between 3 and 5 songs. And it's just, EP stands for extended play. So it's too many songs to be a single, and it's not enough songs to be an album. So, you know, it's a great place to start for,
Right.
you know, an artist who maybe doesn't have enough money to put out a full-size album.
Right.
But, yeah.
And so when do you expect that to maybe be released?
Right now, our goal is to have recording and everything done in February. So we're thinking release will probably come in spring.
That will be great, because I'll be one of the first people to buy it, I'm sure. I know that the next song that you're going to sing is not one that you wrote, but oh my gosh, you should have, because it's beautiful, and the way that you sing it is absolutely beautiful. That's the song I first heard you sing. So tell us what that song is and why you enjoy singing that song.
The next song is Can't Help Falling in Love with You by Elvis Presley. And I just really enjoy the emotion behind the song because, like I said, you know, a lot of my songs are about love and embracing how you feel, and a lot of that people try to shy away from because they think of it as cliche.
Right.
So I try to embrace that cliche, and, you know, this song is just pure emotion
It is.
put into words and music, and I love it because it's just unapologetic.
Yes, it's beautiful. So, and so is your voice. So let's hear you sing it. Okay,
All right.
take it away.
Wise wise men say only fools rush in, but I can't help falling in love with you. Shall I stay? Would it be a sin if I can't help falling in love with you? Like a river flows surely to the sea, darling, so it goes that some things are meant to be. Take my hand, take my whole life too, for I can't help falling in love with you. Like a river flows surely to the sea, darling, so it goes that some things are meant to be. So take my hand, take my whole life too, for I can't help falling in love with you, for I can't help falling in love with you. With you.
And it was as beautiful as I thought it would be. It's effortless. You came across effortless in that. I can't even get a high note. And you're singing effortlessly. You told me a story that in high school you went on trips every year. Mm-hmm. Where did you go?
I was in a show choir, Xenia Vocal Ensemble, and at the end of every year, we would go to New York and we would perform at this nursing home, as well as go sightseeing and see Broadway shows every night. So it was a really great experience just being able to go out and see a big city, because, you know, small country town of Xenia and then big city New York. It was a lot to take in for, you know, kids that were anywhere between 15 and 18 years old. So it was a great experience. I loved every bit of it.
And you got to see a lot of culture that you'd never seen before, right?
Oh, Chinatown was awesome. I
Was
remember
it?
going to
Was it
Chinatown
awesome?
and just, I wanted to try all the food in the world, but I just, you know, I was a little teenager, didn't have
Yeah,
the money.
yeah. Okay, speaking of Chinatown, you also went to China.
Yeah, when I was a sophomore in college, my professor decided that it would be a great idea to take a few select members of the choir to China. So we formed a tour choir of about 20 to 25 students, and we went to China to form a foreign exchange program with some of their universities over there. So we went to Beijing, Tianjin, Xi'an, and Shanghai before flying back.
Now, what was the biggest thing you can remember about being over there?
Oh, wow.
A lot of things, right?
I remember when we were in Tianjin, we performed for one of the universities, and they didn't pull their punches. They had everything. Everybody was in uniform, set up with sashes, welcoming us and everything, and they performed for us, we performed for them. It was a great experience because we got to see not only music performance, but art performance. There was one gentleman who did calligraphy to music, and I got to talk to him, and he was really cool. He told me, he's like, yeah, I do Kung Fu, and which is kind of stereotypical, but like it was part of their culture.
Right.
And it was awesome seeing somebody who embraced it and lived through it and just expressed himself through it. And you could see it in his painting.
Wow.
And it was awesome.
Now, did you have to have an interpreter?
No,
to talk to
everybody
them?
pretty fluently spoke English.
Is that right?
They would even translate their names. There was one girl that I met, and this is a really funny story because I asked her what her name was. You know, we were going around asking names, and she said, "This is my name." I don't remember what it was. It was in Chinese, but after she told me her name, everybody kind of just looked like we're confused, like we don't know, we don't understand. And she picked up on that, and she said, well, my name in English is Fish, so you can call me Fish. And we were like,
Oh, wow.
how about Sally?
Yeah. Seems kind of weird to call a girl Fish, doesn't it?
Right. And
Wow.
we had another guy, we told him, we were like, what's your name mean in English? He's like, well, it doesn't really mean anything, honestly. And we were like, well, why don't you pick a name? And he picked Hank, so
Did he really?
I was like, Hank,
So they
that's a good
pick
name.
the simple names, don't they? Because that's easy.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
But
I
they
would
were
love to
really
go to
cool.
China someday. I've never been out of our country. So you have had the experience of being to another country and the cultural experience of that as well. So for an artist, that makes you even more well-rounded.
Yeah, just seeing the different cultures, the music culture and everything, it was really wonderful. I love seeing the different musics of like the music styles of the world and how they apply to the lives of everybody.
Right, right. And you know what? Music is different in different cultures, but yet it's still the same, right? And brings happiness and serenity.
Oh, it's definitely
know.
a universal language.
It is, definitely. What's the next song you're going to sing for us?
The next song is, it's going to also be appearing on the EP. This is called Give Me Your Love. It's the most recent song that I've written. And I really enjoy this song. This is probably one of the few songs that I've written that I was like, I like it, and I stuck to it and was like, I really like it.
You never went back and
never
said
went
no, and you know,
Like-
you just hung on to it. That's good. Before you sing the song, I want to know just a little bit about what influenced you besides your mother, which is a huge influence, but who, more so, artists out there or people that you've come across that has influenced you to be the person that you are today with your music?
There's an artist called Dallas Green. He played in a post-hardcore rock band called Alexis on Fire, and he had some fans that found that he was writing music by himself, and they said, hey, this is really good, so you should like put this out. So he formed a group called City in Color, who I take a lot of influence from. I love City in Color. They're
Now,
just a
where
great
are
group.
they at? I mean, are they a local band? Are they a big band? Well, I mean, a well-known band? or-
He's a pretty well-known artist. He's actually from Canada.
Okay,
So, yeah.
but he was a biggie for you.
Yeah, he's definitely a big one. I grew up listening to Sting and the Police.
Yes.
I love Sting.
Uh-huh.
He's
Well,
just, he's just very intellectual.
is that what you
even in
like
his
about
lyrics,
him? The
yeah.
style of his music?
Hmm.
And he puts a lot of emotion in his music too, doesn't he?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
It's funny because, what's the song that everybody thought was a love song? It was Every Move You Make.
Yes.
I'll Be Watching You.
Yes.
Everybody thought, oh man, this is the most beautiful love song. Then he comes out and he's like, actually, it's about stalking somebody.
See, and you know what? I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
It's crazy to see that revelation because he's like, people can interpret music how they want. But
Right.
when you ask the writer, it could be something totally outlandish
Right.
that you would never have expected.
What made you write this song that you're going to sing?
This song, I mean, if I'm being 100% honest, I was sitting down one day, I was just in my house by myself, and my anniversary with my fiance was coming up, and I was thinking, I was like, what better way to give her a gift than do what I do, like how we met. Like we met through, I was playing at a coffee shop, and she happened to be there, and we just started talking online, and we met, and you know, it's kind of our go-to place now. But
That's a storybook romance.
it was, yeah, it's definitely along those lines.
So this is special for her.
Mm-hmm.
What's her name?
Her name's Jacqueline.
Jacqueline. What a pretty name, too. Well, folks, we're going to be closing this out here in just a few minutes. We're going to have Branden sing another song for us. But I want you to make sure you check him out on social media. We'll have that in our credits at the end of the show, how you can contact him. And he's on everything: Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. Did I miss any?
No?
Okay, he'll probably be on the next one that comes out, too, whatever that may be. But I have so enjoyed having you here. I've been looking so forward to today so that I could hear you sing the music that you actually wrote. And when you become rich and famous, you just remember that I'm your friend, okay?
I'll send you tickets.
That's right, you send me tickets. All right, we're going to have Branden take us out now with his last song to Jacqueline. And enjoy his music. When his EP comes out, please, please, please look him up, buy from him. Where can they buy that at?
I'll have it on my website for digital download, and you'll be able to, you know, get it on Spotify and Pandora, hopefully, you know, as long as Pandora clears it and says, hey, go ahead, why not? And,
Great.
you know, Spotify's not too difficult, but yeah.
Okay, well, look for that out there, folks, because I think it's going to be a big seller. He's got some beautiful music. Let's hear his last song for us. Go ahead, Branden.
All right.
Visions of gold in the sky, seeing new things for the first time, embers from sleeping trees, they're colorful as can be, and it's better when you're here next to me. People would say it's wise to look these things over twice, but I think that's such a waste of time. So give me your love. Give me your love. Give me your love. Give me your love. Cold dust falling by my eyes and piling up on the roadside. There's coffee and the fire too, and blankets over me and you, warmer than any heart can feel. And people would say it's wise to look these things over twice, but I think that's such a waste of time. So give me your love. Give me your love. Give me your love. Give me your love. People would say it's wise to look these things over twice, but I think that's such a waste of time. So give me your love.